People ask me, yo, Bruce, have you seen the new narrative that the Errol Spence fanatics is pushing? I'm like, nah, what's that? They trying to say that Terrence Bud Crawford is doing steroids now because he's working with Victor Conte. I'm like, what? And you know what my response to that is?
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
At this point, for Errol Spence fans to still be launching narrative attacks and talking shit about Terrence Crawford, it's no point. At this point, it's no point. One course for this fight to be made. End of story. There ain't nothing else to talk about. So I haven't seen or heard of the videos that y'all talking about. Y'all just come to me and ask me. And after the fifth person asked me, I'm not shocked. But you want to know what this whole Victor Conte, Terrence Bud Crawford steroid narrative pushing thing, you want to know what that's about? It stinks and it reeks of fear. That's all it is. Fear at the end of the day. What's the point of even talking about this? The closer this fight is to get made, the more you see Errol Spence fans, fanatics get desperate and they start to squirm. What's the point of even bringing this up now? Ask them. That ain't gonna stop the course of the fight being made. But see, let me show you what they problem is. They problem is this.
Spence is hurt. Oh my God, Spence is hurt.
See, this right here made a lot of Errol Spence fans feel uncomfortable because they try to hide behind the fact that it was the referee's fault. I've already debunked that shit, got a video on it. Go ahead and check it out. Okay? And they know if Errol Spence do this against Terrence Bud Crawford, it's lights out. They know that. Okay? Now, Errol Spence can make that mistake inside the ring with Terrence Crawford if he want to. But this is what really makes them feel uncomfortable. This right here. And like a lot of people said, although it was a good win coming from where he coming from, that's not the kind of performance that I see beating Terrence Bud Crawford. And Errol Spence fans know that. So now it's Terrence Bud Crawford. They just letting you know that they got the excuse wagon already packed up and ready to go. So if Errol Spence does fall to Terrence Bud Crawford, this is what they gonna push. This is the era we're at in boxing now. People complain about knockouts, unanimous decisions and everything. It's getting to the point now, I don't care how you win a fight, there's always going to be some people pushing some kind of narrative or saying this happened or somebody's been cheated and all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's just where we're at now with boxing because the fanboy era of boxing is deep. But talking about Terrence Bud, what's the point? And it's the crazy thing. Being that they are a fan base that claim to fame along with Errol Spence's power. Never talking about skills, all power. Just not too long ago, Errol Spence fans were telling me Errol Spence is breaking bones. Terrence Crawford can't compete with that. So for a fighter who's known for power and a fan base that brags nothing about Errol Spence but his power, now they saying Terrence Bud Crawford power is suspect? That he cheating? Come on, man. How many times have people got on Errol Spence's head for not being enrolled in VOD? How many times? But see, at this point, even me, even though I'm a supporter of Terrence Bud Crawford, and I'm not really known to be a fan of Errol Spence, I still give Errol Spence his credit where credit is due. Hell, there's times that I defend Errol Spence. He does something good, I let you know. When he was fighting Ugas, I was like, look, let's just see what he does and let's just see if he call him out. You know what I'm saying? Put all that duck shit on pause because you want to know why? I can't make no more videos about Errol Spence ducking. It's been documented already. And even I don't care to keep up the Errol Spence is this, Errol Spence is that. We here now. So it's no point. The only thing we need to do is sit back, wait for this fight to get made, and wait for them to give us a date. That's all we need at the end of the day. But creating this narrative, they just letting you know. When Terrence Crawford win, they ready to go. So don't think Terrence Crawford can beat Errol Spence and Errol Spence fanatics is going to give him credit. Ask an Errol Spence fan, not fan, fanatic. Ask a fanatic. if Terrence Bud Crawford beat Errol Spence, are you finally going to give him the props that he deserved? Are you? Not to your face, they'll probably tell you, yeah. But we all know if Terrence Bud Crawford beat Errol Spence, they're not going to give Terrence Bud Crawford a lick of credit for doing it. Instead, they're going to credit to, well, he was on steroids. They just letting you know. So when you see a narrative like this floating around here on YouTube, it reeks of fear. It stinks of fear because there's absolutely no point to go down this route when we are this close to seeing the fight. All the back and forth is settled between these two fighters in the ring. Don't talk shit or push narrative. Put the money where your mouth is, because from what I read something vaguely where they was talking about all the illegal streams that the Errol Spence and Ugas fight got. So it's obvious you Errol Spence fanatics don't put your money where your mouth is. Okay. Now I'm not a Errol Spence big fan, but I still came out of my hard-earned money to watch the fight. Y'all is still streaming and stealing this man's pay-per-view, but claim you support him so fucking much. Where have we seen this before? Deontay Wilder. Everybody was crazy about Deontay Wilder, but when it comes to supporting them with your dollars, y'all didn't fucking do it. You guys is just here to talk. And as far as, I don't know, channels, I guess, pushing this, because there's money in pushing narratives. It's obviously they don't care. See, they discovered something with Deontay Wilder and the whole Glovegate thing. Regardless if they believe it was real or not, they gonna keep it up because why? It got them paid. And that's how they're quick to jump on the narrative. They don't really believe the shit that they saying, and they don't even care if people think that they really believe in it or not. The point is to get your ass to view and click. That's really the bottom line. And y'all really don't care about Errol. Just the same way that y'all didn't care about Deontay Wilder like that. Because when you do, you support it with your motherfucking money. Period. Now, I didn't pay for the shit. But it's funny to me why Errol Spence, being such a big star and such a big supporter, had all them illegal streams. I don't hear about no huge amount of legal streams when it comes to anybody else. I don't hear about no huge amount of illegal streams when it comes to Canelo Alvarez or anybody else. So put your money where your mouth is and support the man. Stop pushing narratives and push your hand down in your fucking pocket, okay, and show some fucking support. That means more than you running your mouth and pushing a damn narrative. But at the end of the day, when you hear Terrence Crawford, Victor Conte, drug cheat scenario pushing, that ain't nothing but fear. And they just let you know when it comes to these excuses, they're ready to go. So that's their backup insurance plan if Errol Spence don't pull it off. And watch what you say about Terrence Bud Crawford at the end of the day. Because if Errol Spence was to beat Terrence Bud Crawford, the same guy got a shitty resume, the same guy that ain't done nothing, don't deserve nothing, you guys going to give him the highest praise for it. But we all know if Terrence Bud Crawford beat Errol Spence, y'all not going to give him no credit for it. And this narrative pushing shows the shit. So at the end of the day, it ain't nothing but fucking fear. And content creators is pushing this. It's just $1 at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to pay no attention to that shit. But that's all it is at the end of the day. You know, because this right here makes them feel uncomfortable. And even they are unsure now. You know, if they wasn't already. Now they see it for sure. Like, yeah, Errol Spence ain't going to walk up out of this. But hey, everybody could be wrong. But that's why we want to see the fight. So when you push this, what do you want the result to be? When you push the narrative of Terrence Crawford is on drugs, what is the end game to saying or pushing that? What do you think it is? It's either two things. Listen close. It's either two things. Either you don't want to see the fight, or that's your excuse for when he loses. Which one is it, if not both? But it's got to be one of those. Okay? Because whether somebody's on drugs or not, they ain't gonna stop this fight from getting made. We on the road to undisputed. What's the problem? Okay. So I'll be like, no, we do want to see the fight. So what's the point of pushing this? So they letting you know. Terrence Crawford beat Errol Spence. This is the shit that they gonna be. Oh, it's gonna be all kind of narratives and all kind of bullshit. But that's all it is at the end of the day. But we too close to getting this fight made to even be going back and forth. Doesn't make no sense, man. It just don't. You know, stop running your mouth. Run to the bank is what you need to do. Stop running your mouth and run to the bank. Don't push narratives. Push your hand down in your pocket and put your money where your mouth is. All right. And stop running off theories and hypotheticals and all this other shit. Put your money where your mouth is. Say, I think Errol Spence stops Terrence Bud Crawford. Something that I never hear y'all say. Well, what round do you think Errol Spence is going to take Terrence Crawford out? You never hear that shit, but you'll hear a Terrence Bud Crawford fan all day talking about what round they think he'll stop Errol Spence all damn day long. But their main conversation is now Victor Conte. This man has stopped everybody he has got in the ring with at welterweight. They're not dumb. But y'all talk about Errol Spence breaking bones. You know? Okay, well, if he breaking bones, then why y'all feel so fucking uncomfortable about somebody else's power at the end of the day? They're just letting you know what time they own, and they letting you know what time it is. So when that time does come, oh yeah, Terrence Bud Crawford cheated. Of course he beat Errol Spence. He's with Victor Conte. And this thing about Victor Conte, you know how many boxers Victor Conte has worked with? We might as well say that shit about Shakur Stevenson. We might as well say that shit about Devin Haney, Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather. Everybody. He worked with a shitload of boxers. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, what the fuck that got to do with the fight? Boxing ain't no savior sport in the fucking first place. Just seen Oscar Valdez fight somebody and he was totally on drugs. PEDs or whatever. You know, so quit acting like this sport is something. Listen, this drug testing shit, this is only for the fans. You know what I'm saying? It's just to make you believe that there's some kind of rules and regulation. That shit just talk at the end of the day. Because when you a star and when you got the right money and when fights are so big that not having this fight is going to take away from the revenue of boxing, they'll turn a blind eye quick, fast, and in a heartbeat. We all know that. Okay? So at this point, stop complaining. Stop bitching. Stop coming up with make-believe shit. Okay? We here right now. We're on the cuffs of the fight. What the fuck is the problem? There is no problem. The problem is we are close to the fight. That's what an Errol Spence fanatic problem is. Okay? And you guys didn't need to see what y'all seen in him beating Ugas to make you feel confident. Just face the facts. Tell the truth. Come on, you could tell Bruce. Bruce knows. He knows. You know, so just be real with yourself, man. But we're here right now. We ain't got to talk shit. Put your money on it. Hell, Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence betting, ain't they? $1 million for the winner. I ain't forgot. So come on. Bruce Vane, I'm out.